Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we'll see if these
Do
things
you
have
smoke
roe.
fish out here?
Oh, yes. Yeah. This is the one that the elders love, this fish. They absolutely love this fish. So we'll see if it has roe or not. And these, look how big these fish are. And then for years, okay, here's another little, tiny little modification. So I'm gonna open this up on both sides, all right, like that. It's gonna flop open. So this is inside the guts. It kind of feels full, so it might have roe. So that'll be really good for us. But when we hang them, for years and years, I would punch right through here. Okay, so I'm gonna punch right through, and I would go for years. I'd be cutting like that. And then my grandma, and I'm like wondering when she would hang her fish, that would stay on the smoker just nice. Like we'd flip it around and nice. And then mine were flopping like halfway. They would flop over.
Okay.
So this little piece right here, she left. So it hangs. So everything gets smoked.
So it keeps it rigid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just that little piece for years and years. I'm like, what the heck am I doing wrong, you know? And that little piece would not cook, or it would be flopping off or break right off. But it was like, so this one too. Oh, I just busted it then. This here, we call it the balloon, and this is their. We cook this over the fire, so that's edible right there. And we used to fight over this. That was our entertainment. This was our balloon. Cree balloon.
The fish equivalent of the duck gizzard.
And then all these are all cooked. And then there's another thing in here too. We call it the pipe. And then you'll see it. We call it the spagans. And then this is the one that we cut right here. So there's your pipe right there. We cook this up as well over the fire. Like that.
Okay.
And then as we're cutting these fish as well, we're doing an inspection. We're making sure that the meat's good. Make sure they're not wormy. So it's like multi things that we're doing kind of all at once. And then making sure that there's nothing different, because we're going to be eating these, right? So we're just inspecting the meat. And then the fish is really good here. And then there's just guts. Some people, there's a little liver as well. So they would cook that up as well. But that's all that's left. And then we cook everything else here.
When you see a fish with worms upside, you still eat those, right?
You know what? It's a fish. When they're wormy, it's fish. It's an issue with them. It's not gonna affect human beings.
Okay.
Yeah. And then like we were asking about that too, because they're like, should we throw this away? Look at this thing.
Inside or outside?
Just on the inside here, there'll be like little white spots in here. Yeah. So you'll see like this is very, very clean fish. There's no white spots. So you're really making sure that everything's all healthy in there, eh? And same thing with the moose, same thing with the elk, with all those different things that we have. We're making sure that everything's good because you're feeding your family, right? And then you know where you got it from, how you harvested it. So, and then you do your protocols, of course, to get the bigger animals, not so much this one. But we did have a water ceremony, and then we just sang those Sundance songs for those half beings that are in this lake as well. So,
Half beings?
yeah, so we have stories like mermaids, merbabies. We have stories like horses, horses that are water beings, tampiotemok we call them, which is underwater horses. And there's islands on this lake, little islands, and sometimes they're seen on those islands. And so we try to keep that like, some people call it myth, some people call it the culture. It is what it is, but it keeps our kids safe, it keeps our babies safe. And we want to carry that on. We don't want to lose that because it's so precious, right? It's so local, it's like authentic, and it's like this lake right here. So it's So that little piece is so important. For years and years, I'll promise you, I'm like, what the heck is Google doing? And then I just stopped and kind of looked and studied, and then just that little piece right there was the game changer. Yeah. And then another thing too, for flavoring, we like poplar and willow here. Some other places, like, you can get fancier woods, I guess, to smoke your meat. But the first time I was on my own, my dad was the one that showed me how to fish. Did everything right. Oh, I was so proud. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a man. I can feed myself. I can do this. You know, look at this fish. I just cut it all up, hung it up, did all the work. Just loved it, right? And then, you know, it was time to smoke the fish, and I'm like, okay, I got to get this nice and smoked, and I'm gonna feed my family, Google, feed her, and then so I hung them up, and I grabbed my wood, and then I thought birch. I'm gonna grab birch because I know that one smokes lots. And then so I threw it in there, got a big birch fire going, and then hung it up. All the fish was like really bright, really rich. I went in there and then went to go add to my fire. I was looking back at it. I was like, yes, I'm a man. I was looking, and then I was gonna open it up. It was still smoking, nice black, gray smoke. Open it up. All my fish was black. I took the wrong wood. Ruined all my fish. So those little things you just learn, I guess, by observing, and never do that again. And I always teach that because I did it in.
So what do you have to use to make it properly?
Poplar and willow, green if you can.
Fozzie's sitting and listening too.
Is he?
Yeah. Probably waiting for some fish.
Yeah, maybe want some liver, yeah. And then the rest of this stuff too, you can actually smoke this as well. The bones here. And then when you smoke this meat right here, there's bones that are right here and through the ribs right here. That stuff, when it's smoked, you just peel it off and it's it's just fish jerky. It's so delicious, and so everything can be used. Everything can be used on these fish. So I'll try to save that end piece, but there's no row on these ones.
Because it's just one cloud.
One cloud.
It's one cloud.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be raining today. I didn't know it was gonna rain this morning. It rained.
Did you put your drone away?
No, I'm just throwing it in the leg now. I like it wet.
So here's that little trick here. So when you go hang it like this on the tree right across, and then what used to happen with my meat when I hung it was this thing would be flopping down, and it wouldn't smoke. So just that little piece right there, I'm putting it on a cross beam, and then letting it smoke like that. And if it's thick, you have to score these things after they're washed, and then you'll score them kind of just like this, and then that makes sure everything's getting smoked right across. And that's the way you smoke these things, like that. Oops. You have your cross beam, like that. And that's how they hang in the smoker.
How long it takes?
Yeah. Maybe a day.
A day?
Yeah. Full day of smoking, just steady. And then tomorrow it'll be all dried out and ready to go.
And be good for how long?
It'll be jerky. And then you can actually, so here's another thing too that you can just get smoke flavor in meat and fish, or you can jerky it. Really totally dehydrated, where it's just straight jerky, and you can keep it for decades actually.
Just like the salmon that we got from BC, that was salmon jerky.
Yeah, and it's dry, eh?
Yeah.
You can just pulp it, and it's just, yeah. So you can do the same with any fish. Yeah, you can do the same with any fish. So that's it right there. So there's one that can be hung, and then we just wash that up, and it gets nice and clean. And then lastly, let's see if I can cut it. Oh, so here's that pipe with spoggans. That's the one that you can teach those guests. And it's just cleaning out this stuff here.
Mhm.
And then you can pan fry this, or you can cook it over the fire. And they clean it all up, of course.
Mhm.
But all these, yeah, from the balloon, this can be put on a stick, this can be put on a stick, and then these can be fried. And then some people will eat these too if they're like, if you get them right away.
Mhm.
That's the liver. Yeah. But nothing's, yeah. And then
Do you eat the cheeks of this one too?
not this one, no, there's no cheeks on this one,
Okay.
but on the pickerel, yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
pickerel.
Yeah, on the pickerel,
This
there's
is
a
a
big
pike,
meaty
right?
part.
No.
Whitefish.
Whitefish.
Yeah, digami. Yeah. But that's it. And there's another way you can cut them too, where you keep like just the fish on itself, and then you hang it like this. So one side will be hung like this, and then the other meaty side will be on the tail like that, straight down. Yeah. And then you have to cut this out as well. I'm sure we're gonna do that. So you can see our worry about those, keeping those kids, giving them knives. It's like,
Yeah.
but they were fine. So here's Hector Morin, a buddy of mine.
Mhm.
He said, all these things when you're running dogs, keep these, and these are the only things that they'll chew up and they'll eat them, just like that. Yeah, you can keep those there. Sometimes they get sour or they get like tired. They don't want to eat anything. They're like, I just want to rest, you know. And then he swears that these ones are the ones that are gobbled up by those dogs after they run 100 miles a day or whatever they run. Keeps their fuel up. Yeah, and that's it. That's the weight. We'll keep on checking. What are we doing for time? 10 o'clock start.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Close?
That's fine.
Okay.
Days is yours, but
Yeah, I will just quickly